Hello YouTube, TCG Legends here, coming at you with the remastered version of TCG creating tutorial videos. So yeah, I'm gonna just be redoing all the videos I've done before, only making them better. So this one I'll be going over gameplay and story for your TCG game. So when you begin your trading card game, you're going to want to think about what genre you want it to be. So is it going to be like fantasy, medieval, science fiction, yeah, pretty much basically what genre. So once you have that down, then you can start thinking about what kind of story is going to go behind your card game. So basically, if it's this one, Apocalypse World at War, I keep mispronouncing that, World War, this one is obviously an apocalyptic science fiction card game. And so here is basically after a third world war where the earth was completely decimated with nuclear weapons. So that just sets up the story right away. It also helps create part of the gameplay. So when the idea of having a story for your game helps you to come up with what the purpose of winning the game is. So with this one, there's a one world government, and then there's the resistant fighters. So right there you've already got sort of a gameplay going, because the resistant fighters are fighting the bad guys of the one world order, and they're fighting the resistance guys. And so each faction has like missions and stuff that will involve going and destroying the other guy, destroying certain buildings or people. So that's what pretty much the gameplay for this game is. So yeah, that's what the story is for. It helps you start thinking about how the gameplay is going to work. So that's one example. I guess I'll go into the other examples of games that are based off of books, games, or movies. So basically with Star Wars, that's already got its own story, and Command & Conquer's already got its own story. So there you really don't even need to come up with any story, but the gameplay will be a little more difficult to come up with. So for Star Wars, the way that you win the Star Wars game is you have planet cards, and you have to go and fight a battle on the planet, and whoever has the most guys left wins the planet, and whoever has the most planets win. I'm not explaining this very well. So you have a battle for a planet, and each side has a number of planets, a certain number. Then once the other guy runs out of planets to capture, then the game is over, and whoever has the most planets captured wins the game. That's that game. Command & Conquer, is, some of you may know, you have a base, and you have to go and destroy the other guy's base. So that's the gameplay for that. You have buildings, and you build them, and then you have to go and destroy the other guy's buildings, and then you win. So yeah, you want to be careful about selling your game if it's based off a book, a movie, or something like that. So yeah, don't actually sell it to like publicly. You can keep it within your friends and stuff, or yeah, you know, just keep it within your friends, sell it to them. And so now for gameplay, you don't want to make your game too difficult to begin. So like this is the new rules for my latest version of how to play Star Wars Galaxy at War. So these are more comprehensive, in-depth rules on how to play. I'll get one of the more simpler ones. Okay, here we go. So these are simple rules that explain how the game works. So yeah, so basically explain what you do with the cards to start with, how many cards each player gets, how you shuffle the cards, if you shuffle them according to their class. I'll go into classifications in another video, but yeah, and you explain how you play the game, how many cards each player starts off with, how many you draw per turn, how you attack, how you gain damage, inflict damage, card abilities, how those will work. So you just want to really go into how each aspect of the game works, and you can always go back later and add more stuff to the rules after you've played the game a few times. So after you played the games a few times, or even once, you'll already start to know where there are loopholes in the rules or things that need to be made better. So yeah, that's story and gameplay. I think I explained that fairly well. So yeah, let me just pause the video for a minute and I'll think if I have anything else to say, and yeah. Okay, so I thought I would just give you a little illustration of what the how the game map goes. So you've got your core, where the game's story is. Then you build around the game's story the rules and how you play the gameplay. So rules slash gameplay. Then around your rules and gameplay, you create your cards. And really, the rules are actually should be on the outside of cards, because you always change the rules and your gameplay to fit your cards. So once you've gotten further down the line of creating your game and you have a whole bunch of cards, like 300 or so cards, you don't necessarily want to go and change your cards at that point. That is if, you know, you're printing them, because that would cost a lot of money. So yeah, always change the game to go around the story and the cards. The story is the core of your game. It starts giving you how you play the game, how you win the game. So yeah, the story will lead into the game will lead into the cards, and the cards will lead into fun. So yeah, story, the core, then the gameplay and rules, and then the cards. So yeah, I hope this tutorial will help you when you're creating your card game. Be sure to check back often for more tutorial videos. Yeah, TCG Legends. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can email me. I'll have that on my channel and in the description.